Hello, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion, I'm Uncle Chan today.
Oh, you are Uncle Chan.
I am.
I am Darby Lane Cartwright.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P stands for Potomac, which I just watched. And I actually have a question with our guest.
Okay, great.
In the future.
No, that was that was
future.
smooth. That was smooth. Well, we have a very special episode for you today. Not only are we using the Zoom technology that has really saved capitalism, but we are also going to be interviewing icon, legend, world famous hip opera artist. Of course, we're talking about Big Dipper. Hi, Big Dipper.
Hello.
How are you? How's the past?
It's really apocalyptic today. It's raining ash a little bit.
Oh. Volcano. Dante's Peak.
Well, forest fire, but sure. Climate change
Yeah,
is
yeah.
real. I don't know if you know that, Alexis.
Well,
No,
she
I'm
didn't.
from Texas.
Yeah, she didn't. That's weird that you just educated her right now. Big Dipper, we are so excited. Through the magic of Twitter, we were
Well,
able to get
listen.
in touch with you.
You were so funny because you were like, we're very happy to have you. Meanwhile, last week on Twitter, I was like, will anyone have me on their show so I can talk about my music video, please?
But it was nice that when someone suggested our show, that you were excited about it. It made us excited about it.
Oh, I
you know?
literally,
Yeah.
I love your show so much.
Oh, thank you.
Y'all do great
We love
work.
sloppy seconds. Even with Meatball, we love you both.
I need more people on that team because for a long
Yeah.
time everyone was like, Big Dipper, whatever. But we're here for Meatball. But I think now they're seeing the true reality of the situation, which is that Meatball's horrible.
None of us are wearing Meatball antique merch.
Okay.
There's only a Big Dipper antique merch.
Well, and I'm wearing stars because Big Dipper is a constellation. So
Correct.
and
Oh,
Chan,
yeah.
Yeah.
I have on cheetah print. On
Stunning.
cheetah print. It has nothing to do with anything, but
Well,
I love
Chan,
me in it.
Chan came as trade because she knew that that's where my interest lies.
That's
You did come.
I
in
know.
I forget. That reminded me that Big Dipper did used to live in Chicago because clearly that was a second city. Yes, and well done. Yes, and.
The ruins.
I did take classes there. I'll tell
Did
you.
you?
That much. Yeah, I took 1 or 2 classes there at the second city.
Were you IO or second city?
I did IO.
IO.
Yeah,
All right.
You took
that's
A,
where the cool
A and
kids
B?
went. Yeah, I took a class. Girl, those theaters were so good at marketing to just snatch dollars from poor artists. Very smart at it. At Second City, there was like improv, and then there was like improv for actors, which just meant like if you just went and spent $150,000 at some liberal arts college, that means you should pay a little more money to be in our improv for actors class because you already
Yep.
have a training. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
you're still playing Zip Zap Zop. Want to throw everyone out the window.
It's the same teacher, and they adjusted because like they had other classes too, like writing for a web series. Then no, everyone wanted to start a YouTube channel.
Right.
Writing for a podcast.
We
Writing
felt
for
for that.
yeah.
We felt.
Yeah,
for
that's
that.
how we
Oh, you
started.
write your podcast?
Yeah, this is. We have
It's
a
100%
tight script.
scripted. Yeah.
That's why it is a laugh a minute because we write 2 laughs. a
Punching
minute.
up our podcast.
Yeah, punch up. We punch down sometimes, but
Well,
only with Meatball.
I will
Yeah.
tell you, I was such a big fan of the beautiful green screening work that happened at the beginning of quarantine, and as I got better and better and better. I was so into the circle shape, the cutout of the logo in between y'all. I was
Thank you.
A big fan over here.
Thank you. Well, at the time we were being sponsored by a bar that no longer exists, and we, just kidding, just to me.
Oh.
And it was very important that we included that. And let me tell you, because I was like, well, this will only last a couple weeks. This is a good opportunity for me to grow in my skills. And now we're sitting in my living room, and I'm wearing a T-shirt. So
A lot of growth.
a lot of growth.
Yeah.
So tell us, why did you ask to be on our show?
Well, I'm obsessed, and like any avid listener, if you can find an excuse to directly interact with the host that you like to listen to, then you do it. And I
think Big Dipper just admitted that he made an entire music video
Just to
to
talk
have
to
a
us.
Zoom call with
Like
us.
the steps that it took, the
Do you
premeditated.
think it was the green screen sign in the background?
I mean, they told
Oh,
us.
clearly it was. Oh, go ahead.
It was.
Yeah, so I just put out this music music video, and one thing that I am bad at is shameless self-promotion. And
Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me just adjust your face on my chest.
We're-
What did you say?
shameless self-promotion and like pushing my product. So I just wanted to know, Darby, how do I do that better? Because you're so good at shameless self-promotion.
No, you okay. First I'll say.
Ooh, it's spicy in here.
girl. Can you recover?
You create merch that costs more than people are willing to pay. So then you take a hit, and then every time you see your shirt worn in public, you think, man, that cost me something.
Diva, you are wearing a $6 t-shirt that I sold for $25. So
Yes, but I think I drunkenly asked you in the
I'm sure I
basement
gave
of
it to you for
Berlin,
free. Yeah.
can I please have this?
Yeah.
And I think you were just like, please leave. No, Chan you're our social media maven. You're the one that
Yeah, I was gonna say two of us
With the shirts?
don't know how to promote anything, especially ourselves. But Chan is really good at
suddenly
that.
you find a meme of a lonely lady in front of a burning tree, and then boom, it's like the most liked tweet of the week. How do you do that?
I feel like when it comes to business, though, you're the one that's like, all right, this is a moment. We need to like put this on a shirt. We need to sell this.
Oh, actually, yeah.
I just speak internet. It's
speak
like
internet. You
it's the
speak
mush
internet.
in the brain.
It's your
It's
See-
torture.
Well, you know what
But-
oh
what?
no, go ahead.
No.
No, you said-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, see, what I want to speak about is this new video, "Back Up Off Me," which came out three days ago on YouTube, premiered
Yeah.
to thousands and thousands of views. I was listening to Sloppy Seconds, and you said you filmed this before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right?
I am so notoriously slow at putting out music videos. And I honestly think it comes from how I started, which was at this point almost a decade ago, maybe 9 years ago. Because the first video I ever made was for a song called Drip Drop. We shot it in Chicago.
The
I
April
made a
showers,
Kickstarter.
the Big Dipper sound.
I made a Kickstarter for $800 to shoot a music video, because this was like, I was working at a coffee shop. I think I was paying $400 in rent, and it was my first project, and I was like, oh my god, this might cost $800. How would I ever come up with that amount of money? So we did a Kickstarter, we raised the money, then we shot the video, and then I was like fulfilling Kickstarter rewards and printing t-shirt, and I was like trying to like do all of that stuff. And so I got so used to this sort of like 6-month turnaround for doing like a music video project. And so I am so impressed by people who literally like shoot a video and then it's out the next week. And I'm out here in LA, and like, one of the most prolific faggots in Los Angeles is Todrick Hall. Todrick will come up with a song idea, go and write it and record it, text people to do the music video, shoot it that night, do an all-nighter on the edit, and it's on YouTube the next day. Like, he has done that probably once or twice in his career. Like, so many people work faster. And so for me, I work really slow. And of course, we wanted this video to come out in the summer. I had a bunch of Pride gigs planned. I was going to like play it behind me at every show and like, basically do a tour around my new music. But none of that happened. So
Why? What happened?
Well, I was going through an existential crisis. We shot the video in February, and the plan was always for it to come out in the spring or the summer, but of course it took much longer. But we put it out, and everyone is texting me like, oh my god, this is making me nostalgic for when we could be at bars.
Yeah.
So it's actually very funny that it took so long to come out, but now people are reacting to it in this like, oh, I missed that kind of way. And I was like, oh, that was an angle I didn't even think was there.
It was meant to be, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like that watching it. I was like, I miss clubs, and I didn't like going to clubs originally, so that was.
You probably still don't. I mean, honestly, I feel the exact same way. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
that looks so fun. Like, everyone was dancing. People were talking to each other. They were touching. I hate doing all of that. But the video may look fun. Stop it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
do
right?
miss the clubs.
Some of them.
Now, what was
Yeah.
the coffee shop you worked at? Are you the reason Caribou shut down?
Oh my god, Caribou. The
She's
brand, the chain.
The chain,
No,
she's
I
gone.
worked at a coffee shop in Evanston. So I lived in Andersonville, and I used to get up in the mornings and either bike or drive at, fucking 5 in the morning. I worked at a coffee shop called The Other Brother, and it was like the second coffee shop to a coffee shop called The Brothers K.
Oh my God, that's down the street from Vogue Fabrics.
Yes. Yeah.
That sounded like a coffee shop that was like derived from The Other Sister, you know, the movie about the girl with the cognitive disability.
Yeah, starring Juliette Lewis.
Yes, yes.
And Benicio del Toro. No, what's his real name? You know who I'm talking about.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Thank you.
Is that true?
Yes, that's a.
Yeah.
I
Is he
love
a
that movie.
Scientologist? Y'all have those in LA. Is he a Scientologist?
Girl. I keep finding out that all these people are what is it called? Simontologists?
Scientologist?
Yes.
Simontologist.
I keep finding out that all these people are Scientologists.
No.
Did you know that Elizabeth Moss was married to Fred Armisen? Did you know that?
No, he's with Natasha Lyonne, right?
With currently,
No.
but do you know who he used to be married to?
No.
Is that true? Is that not true?
No, I think it is. I think it is because I think I've heard that.
You live in LA.
Should we fact check it?
Yeah, all we can do is tell you about some problematic IO people in the past.
Not
We
just
don't have a
problematic
Fred
IO
Armisen.
people. Y'all are full of problems in Chicago these days.
We kept him open.
Ooh.
We didn't, and we just felt like it was time to let it
And
all
there's
out.
problems everywhere, but we're just the loudest.
The loudest,
about it,
yeah.
I guess.
Loud. You lived in Chicago. You moved to LA. It is something that Chan and I talk about all the time because
Really?
we just this
Yeah.
weather. We want to go to the sun.
Come on, girl. It's raining ash. Hallelujah.
Honestly, that might be
another
better
thing.
than 9 months of winter, though.
Yeah.
So, what's
Right.
the biggest thing you missed in Chicago, and what was the hardest thing to get used to in LA?
Well, it's so interesting because in between those, I did live in New York. I lived in Brooklyn for 3 years.
Oh, I forgot that part of your journey.
Which it's all right. We all live our own journeys. To me, when I moved to LA, I was turning 30. I decided I didn't want to fuck around in my career anymore. You know, like there were a couple other factors. So I think a lot of the things that I miss about Chicago felt really linked to being in my early 20s. Like when I lived in Chicago, I would bike everywhere in the summers. I lived in these like tiny little apartments. I would go to all these these art parties, sit on the floor in someone's living room and watch them read a poem. No, I don't do that anymore.
Oh my gosh.
But I
Oh my
love
gosh.
to do that in Chicago. You know what I mean? And it really turned me into who I am. You know, it's funny you joked about capitalism. I'm sort of theoretically as left as I can possibly be, and I would love like socialized anything. But I've been a struggling artist for so long, and I see all these people around me sort of getting theirs, and I moved out to LA and I was like, I have so many skills that people pay for in this world that we live in. They don't really pay for those skills in Chicago, and New York was not really my vibe. And so when I came out here, I didn't sell a TV show, I don't write it, you know, like whatever, but I came out here, and even at this sort of like scrappy hustle DIY level that I'm at, I have like a foothold in something here that feels like I'm going to be able to build a future for myself being a creative person. I feel so lucky that, you know, the ideas that I come up with in my head, I can put them out into the world and I can make a living from that. That's like such a blessing. That felt doable here in LA.
When were you like, okay, I'm done gathering all my creative juices here in Chicago. Now it's time to, and in Brooklyn, time to put it to work in LA?
Well, the move to Brooklyn was interesting because I had put out, I think, 2 songs, and I started to get a little bit of press. And I got a phone call to be in Details magazine. They were doing a spread on queer hip hop artists. And it was me and Mickey Blanco and Leaf and Cakes the Killer and House of Ladosha.
Damn.
And I think that's it. I was like, bitch, I am Beyonce. Like, I was like, you want to fly me to New York to do a photo shoot for Details magazine? Like, bye. So when I went out there, I was like, it's time to move. I'm going to move to New York. And I did. And of course, it was like that same hustle. It was like that same thing, except I didn't have the roots that I had in Chicago. So after a couple of years in New York, I was in a relationship that ended. I realized that I had not built anything for myself in New York. Like, I showed up there and I like lived with friends, and then I moved in with this boyfriend, and I was like, it was all over the place. And I was like, I'm going to go to LA and I'm going to build something for myself. And let me tell you, I've been out here since sort of officially 2016. I have never worn a pair of pants. Shorts all the time.
So angry.
Oh,
interview over.
I love
But
that.
I have a lot of body heat. I'm dripping in sweat right now.
Oh my goodness.
Same.
Okay. Well,
Same
this interview
all the
took
time.
a turn.
Yeah.
Now, we've heard of drag. We haven't really explored the art of it, but we do obviously
Chan,
love
have you heard of drag?
I partake
She-
in it
every now and then.
sometimes.
She dabbles. She dabbles.
It's so it's okay. Can we say this? You'll understand.
I don't like it.
We're the old queens and she's the young, like, hot queen. So she shows up out of drag and everyone's like, who's that hot boy? Then she
Right.
shows up in drag and Alexis and I are feeling so pretty. Like, we've never felt this pretty. And then Chan walks in and she's a supermodel and she goes, I tried something different.
Stop.
And I was like, it'll change.
I do it for y'all because if I have confidence in myself, that'll inspire y'all to do better for yourselves. That's why I do what I do. I
But
think
anyway,
about
you
the
don't have
people.
that with Meatball. What is working with Meatball like?
A lot of unanswered texts. A lot of
Meatball.
hanging up on me when she's done talking, even if we're not done doing what we need to do. I will say, I think recently we've turned a corner in that I think she realizes all of the awesome things that I have done for her to help make her successful.
Oh.
And that's not even like shade. Like that's like when we met, I was like, we should do a podcast together. And then we did a podcast. I'm not saying she doesn't work for the show, but I was like, let's do the thing together. And then for a while I was like booking her. I was answering all the emails and doing all the bookings and like getting people to pay more money. And, you know, like I was doing that for her because she was so busy with gigs. And she used to like joke around and like yell at me and like whatever. But I have seen just the tiniest little bit of like gratitude. And I'm not saying I deserve gratitude. I just deserve like a like, hey, good job. And I was like, okay,
A
great. You
trophy.
too. Good job.
Yeah.
Well, you seem like you have a lot of plates spinning. Like, you not only do sloppy seconds, but you also... Do you still run Race Chaser? Or
Yeah.
do you
Did
stop?
you? I thought you were going to bring up the circus training I did.
Well, that was my next thought. Yes,
Because of the plates.
absolutely. Because,
Because of the plates. In Evanston, do you guys know a thing called the Actors Gymnasium? Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
Yes.
I went
of
there.
course.
I took
Okay.
a course there
Like-
years ago.
You know,
Is that
when
the
they
one where
teach.
they have people just sitting in swings and like dangling from the ceiling?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like trying to do a handstand for 45 minutes.
That thing
Yeah.
they call the Spanish web, which is just like a rope, but you have to
Now-
climb
oh,
up.
yeah.
I've seen. Yes,
Have you ever
yes.
been hurt while pursuing your acting, rapping, producing dreams? Have you ever been physically hurt?
Oh, emotionally? Yes.
Well, yeah, Meatball. We already finished that part.
Right, sorry. When I did, okay, so to tie this into Alexis' question, I still do run Race Chaser. And we went on tour last year in November. We were in the UK. And when we were done with the show, I tripped over like a monitor, a speaker on the ground, and I fucked up my wrist like really, really badly. And I had to wear a brace for like 6 months. I was in the middle of like trying to get swole at the time. And it really, really sort of inspired a ton of laziness. And I haven't worked out now for like 6 months.
I actually now that you say that, I remember that I was also trying to get swole, but I felt
Yeah.
bad. Like I didn't want to put on mass while Big Dipper couldn't. You know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I also stopped working out, and I've never looked back.
Wait,
Right.
have y'all ever been injured in the name of art?
We all think we know how to do a death drop.
No.
So
I have
Who
been
taught
We'll
you?
just hit the
Nebraska Thunderfuck
Which is-
taught you how to do a death drop?
na 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 ta ta giggity giggity ha. Hey, she made her way into that franchise.
Don't
She
Little
did.
Weezer.
I think she's
What
the
a
only
stunner.
person on Twitter who's ever blocked me.
Really?
Yeah. I think
Wait,
she's
why?
the-
What did you say?
I'm sure what I said was nice. No, the thing is, we have wonderful IMHO lovelies, but they have a tendency to tag sometimes.
Sure,
So if
they
I
love
say
a tag.
something super nice about her, and the term nice, I use it differently than others, they'll tag her. And now I can't
So-
see her death drop anywhere.
So you're saying it's their fault?
Yes!
Two
It's
dogs.
their fault you
I
opened your
said
mouth.
it was nice.
Did y'all see in my new music video, formerly known as Sarah Andrews, Miss Bitter Betty?
Miss
Yes,
Bitter Betty,
I was
yeah.
gonna ask you about these gorgeous cameos. Now
Oh
known
my
as Bitter
God.
Betty. She moved there, what, 2 years ago now?
Has it been
It
that
was
long?
like 10 years ago.
Because she moved to Tennessee or something for a bit, and then she moved to LA.
Yeah,
I believe.
think they moved to like
Yeah.
get some money, and then they
Yeah,
saved
Yeah,
Which is
I
smart,
think they came
really
out
smart.
here like I think a year and a half ago or something like that.
Okay.
Because shortly after
Yeah.
they came out here, they came on Sloppy Seconds.
Yes, of course. We
Yeah.
of course
Hit
we knew that.
podcast.
Mhm,
Sloppy
hit
Yeah.
podcast.
Also, Bitch Puddin'. Did I see Miss Bitch Puddin'
Yeah.
in there?
Right at the top.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it real because bitch likes when I keep it real.
Uh-oh.
She did not have an upper lip on the entire time in the video, and she said to me. So she showed up, and she was serving this great look, and I kept double taking at her, and I was like, "What's going on? What's going on with the makeup there?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, Diva, Miss Thing, like you, or maybe it was a lower lip. She only had one part of her lip,
One
on,
lip.
and she was
Yeah.
like, "This is what I'm giving today," and I was like. Okay. And so I sort of said to the DP, I was like, "Don't get a lot of her face," because I didn't think it like to me it was like it felt sort of like an anime look or some sort of like a reference to something that we weren't doing in the video. Like it didn't read like Leather Club, it read like some sort of like fashion thing or some video game that I didn't understand, something she does on
Or
Twitch.
Reba McEntire.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
No.
and mostly I'm joking, but I sort of gave her shit for it all day. And she was there all day. Like she could have thrown a lip on whatever. So what I think is funny is we took portraits of everyone on the day and we sent out everyone the portraits, and Miss Thing, this is what she posts. Full double lips.
Oh, the controversy. Hashtag that lip. Let's have that conversation.
So when she posted it, I sent her the photo that she posted. I think I commented like, "Oh, who did your lips?" Because if you look in the video, she's the keyboardist in the band, which was my favorite job to give her, because if you listen to the song, the only keyboard part is one note going ding, ding, ding the whole time. So I was like, "You're just going to stand on stage and play this one note." But there are some cutaways of her and she only has the one lip on, which was her artistic expression, and I celebrate it. But don't
Until she wanted to be on her
face
own,
tune the lip
like
on.
her own social media, and then suddenly it's all different.
Right. And then suddenly.
Sorry to go back to Bitter
Yeah.
Betty, but she is like a Chicago icon that we all miss. So just tell us, as someone in LA, she's good, right? She's happy. She's living her best life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see her that much, but
Because she's too happy.
when we yeah, it's because no, I mean, she has some amazing living situation here. She talks about it on the podcast, but like someone she knows has a house here that they're not using, type of deal. So they are in like wedded bliss up in some house in the hills. She has an entire garage to build wigs and work on stuff. She has like set up a whole room with green screening stuff. I was surprised to see the rebrand, but I love the rebrand because the thing that I've always loved about her is that she's been so vocal and not scared of some larger machine that now has a stronghold on drag. She's been so vocal about trans folks getting the opportunity to compete on Drag Race and hasn't held back. And in that way that, your lovelies love to tag people, she is like, "Hello, people who make this show specifically by name. Are you afraid of my peanut?" Like that type of shit. And I love that. To me, when she sort of renamed herself, it sort of like took the power in that stance that she had, where she wasn't like being like, "I'm apologizing for this." She was like, "No, I'm doubling down and I'm sickening." She was in that corset the entire day, showed up in the corset at 8 in the
Professional.
morning.
No.
P for professional,
Yeah.
all day, every day. That's her.
And the thing that I felt bad again about this video is that we shot it in February. So literally, I think all these people thought I died, I gave up. There was no film in the camera, which is not a thing when you're shooting digital. I think they thought they were like, what has even happened to this video?
It was worth the wait. It is.
Yeah.
It's so. We watched it last night after we Was
Two
it
nights
last night?
ago.
Two nights
yeah.
ago. And what was the first thing you said? Like when it started, you said something like, "Oh,
It looks profesh.
Profesh.
Very profesh. The shots of you just looking and like the colored
Ooh,
background, I was like,
art.
this is. Hold up. This
I mean,
has a
your
budget.
video quality's always been like awesome. Obviously, you
I
have
was gonna say
a lot to live up to.
You made Drip Drip for $800. Man, it
Well-
doesn't look like that.
I will tell you, we actually raised $1,300, and this is why. A gentleman from Arizona
Sure.
Oh my God, I think I could remember his name. Do y'all bleep
John
on
McCain.
here?
We can, yeah.
His name was...
Okay.
Sure.
Just hold on 1 second.
We were looking to raise $800. He sent me $500 pretty much right away. And I was like, what? So we ended up like exceeding our goal on Kickstarter, which again, let's talk about this. This was at a time when you could say, I want to make a music video. Please help me raise money on Kickstarter. Now we all know we use crowdfunding for healthcare because our system is broken. So,
Wait, which system? Your system in California? Because the Illinois one is pretty good. When was the last time you had to go to a doctor?
We're talking about the water cycle.
listen, because we were raising $800, $500 was like the biggest donation level. So you could win a visit to the set. So I was like, yeah, come hang out or whatever. He then later informs me that he's across the country and that he's going to buy a plane ticket and fly out. Meanwhile, let me tell you, I had no social media at this point. Like he found me on Kickstarter. I didn't even have an Instagram or a Twitter or anything because I had never made a video. I emailed this Kickstarter to my friends. That was all I did. But he searched gay on Kickstarter and found me and then wanted to fly across the country, meet me, come be in the music video. And then I looked him up on Facebook. He was married to a woman.
That's not gay.
That's not gay at all.
That's not gay.
Was she privy to these activities?
Well, so I think that they were friend married, and I think she knew he was gay, but he was too scared to live his gay life. It was a whole thing. But anyways, so we did actually raise a little more than $800 thanks to... Oh, and I forget, his username on Kickstarter was The Reverend.
Wait,
You have to bleep that out.
We love a man of faith.
did he come out? Did he not come out? did he fly out?
No, because then he was like, it was like full catfish messaging. He was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I was going to get a hotel room, but like, maybe I could stay with you. And I was like, no, you can't stay with me. I'll just give you the address of where we're shooting at the studio. And he was like, no, really? Like, I could sleep on the couch. I could sleep in the bathtub. And I was like, things are getting weird now. And then on the day of, he was like, oh, I missed my flight. And I was like, oh, you never had a flight.
As long as the check cleared.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not really catfishing if you got the money up front.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's right.
Very
so,
different.
yeah, so all of that being said, I strive to make the videos look really, really good. And, now we're living in a time where people who just want to get up on stage and perform are now being expected to create music video performances at home and be editors and have a green screen and come up with a concept. And so for me, I'm even thinking, and this is no shade to people who are doing digital shows, but it's like there's so much digital content coming from independent artists for like a digital show. Yeah, being in front of a wall with cool lights on it, sickening amazing, because you have to produce that every single week and it's about the performance. But when you're saying I'm making a music video, girl, you better make a music video. There better be a concept, there better be setup, there better be things, because the internet is full of people making a music video where they just go stand in an alley somewhere. And I've done that, and I can't be doing this for as long as I'm doing this and have my videos look like that anymore, because no one will care.
Well, it doesn't look like that, and it's fantastic. And the attention to detail, I don't mind waiting 6-8 months for a Big Dipper video.
Well, especially if you didn't even know it was coming. Then it doesn't feel like it.
Speaking of coming, I have prepared a game. And
go off.
Ladies and gents, I hope that that's okay. You
I
guys
love
can
games.
play too.
Sure.
Okay.
We're going to play a game in celebration of your new hit music video. This game is called Back Up Off Me or Back It Up On Me.
Okay.
I'm going to give you all 3 instances, and you're going to
Why
tell
do
me.
you well, hold on. The two of you, why are you acting surprised that this is like classic?
No, because I didn't
She
tell
started with speaking of coming, so I knew it was going to be good.
I didn't tell them I was going to do this because I want y'all to play too. But
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 situations, and you're going to tell me if you would say back up off me or back it up on me, this. Okay, here we go.
Me this, yeah.
You're at the grocery store. Oh, and for the purposes of this game, pretend COVID isn't a thing.
Oh, sure.
Pretend
okay.
pre-COVID or whatever.
Wow, just like my uncle.
Oh, did
What?
he?
Pretend
Is he
COVID's
gone?
not a thing. Oh, fuck off.
Okay, there we go. I was nervous that your dad. Okay,
Your
all right.
uncle died.
All right, so you're at a grocery store in the produce section and catch eyes with a hottie bell body fingering the grapes. He is exactly your type physically, and right as you're deciding to go over, he pops a grape in his mouth
What?
without
Sorry,
paying for
what's
it.
the punchline?
Because he ate it without paying for it?
Because you're in the grocery store you're at the grocery store in the produce section, and he's just taking it off the table and eating one. Is that a deal breaker? Would you say get back up off me, or back up on me?
I'm so sorry.
That's a softball. We're gonna get harder in a
This
second.
is about if he's a
I'm not hard at
shoplifter,
all.
and is that a turnoff?
Yeah,
Does he own the shop?
Dipper.
Please don't take offense. That's nothing for me. That's a zero consequence.
He has eaten so many dirty grapes. You have no
Okay, so I would say
idea.
back up on me this. I mean, get
Yeah,
up on,
yeah.
back
Okay.
it up on to this me.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, that's
what
good.
is?
What would y'all say?
Same.
Come over, pick these grapes.
Okay, all right. Okay, well,
Yes!
situation two. Situation two. You're at Disneyland and you see a daddy near the bathrooms and they're super hot. You're super into it, and he smiles at you.
Mm-hmm.
But then his wife comes out with their 3 kids and they go to get funnel cakes with Mickey Mouse shaped ears.
Sorry, what is? I just don't know. So I see that
Are
happen,
you
and then
looking for
not.
an intern for sloppy seconds? Because this is her audition. How's it
No,
going?
She's
No.
onto something.
So
here.
is the
No.
question?
There's a moral
Would I
dilemma.
have sex with him?
Yeah, there's a moral dilemma.
Yeah, would you say back up off me? No thanks, I don't want your kids. Or back up on this.
Oh, the kids have to be involved? No, back up off.
Would I fuck a married person? Yes. Have I? Yes. Is that what you're looking
Okay,
for?
great.
Back up onto
Yeah,
me in
that's-
this.
Yeah.
Did you write these in the lift?
Okay, this is the last one. You're
I'm
Insta
obsessed with
crush-
this segment. We're gonna remake this on Race Chaser next week.
Okay, fabulous. Your Insta crush is. Feel free. Your Insta crush is doing everything right. They're liking your posts. They're
Yes.
posting that they voted and that they're wearing a mask. One day you slide into the DMs and they're responding back. It's looking hopeful. They seem down to clown, but they type LOL at the beginning and the end of every message.
Wow.
It's happening to her.
This seems like
Yeah.
a personal
Did this-
attack.
did this
Ella.
It's a
happen?
personal thing.
No, I think I do that on accident. So I'm wondering if that's would you say back up off me or would you say back it up onto me? This.
Here's what I'll tell you. I am a slut. So in my mind, I would
Hot.
back it up onto this in order to figure out if the sex was good. Because Diva, if the sex is good, I don't care how you type.
And that's how you win the game. Back up off me or back it up back off onto me. Back it up onto me.
Alexis, do you watch a lot of late night television?
No.
Oh, this felt like a
should.
very like Jimmy
You would like
Fallon
it.
game.
Oh, well, thank you.
She drinks
Yeah.
as heavily as Jimmy Fallon.
Is he an alcoholic?
Oh, oops. Alexis, you know what I appreciate?
That I came prepared.
The gall, honestly.
The gall.
Nerve.
I would like to plug something that Meatball and I are doing on November 19th,
Okay.
Please.
which is called Fist Giving. We are doing a Sloppy Seconds
No.
podcast live stream in which a gentleman who goes by the name Hunger FF on Twitter, he will be doing a live fisting demonstration on the live stream for everyone watching. So Meatball and I will be doing color commentary and asking questions, and he will be doing a live fisting demonstration. Hunger FF, which is his, porn name, is one of the most prolific fisties out there. To the point, recently he posted a video where the title of the video was something like Full Italian Meal, and he had someone put a bunch of spaghetti and marinara sauce inside of him, and then he released it slowly into someone's mouth who ate it for dinner.
That is
Don't you think being gay is wild?
I mean, we don't deserve rights.
Beautiful.
Wait, where is that going to be streaming on?
You can get tickets at sloppysecondstickets.com, and you'll receive a link in which it will be streaming
We
on
got.
that link.
Can we get a discount code?
Yeah.
Can we call it? What was your game called? What was your dumb game called?
My dumb game was called the title of Dipper's new music video. Back up off me.
Wow.
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 Okay, I walked into
Darb.
that. I walked into
Wow,
that.
Darb.
She threw that back on me like a spaghetti ball out of her asshole.
Sorry, I think our things are dying.
Oh, they're
Oh,
creative.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta go anyway. We gotta record something else. But this was so fun.
Yeah, thank
I had
you
no
so much
idea
for
what this was
talking
gonna
to
be.
us.
I wish
Sorry,
more people
I'm,
would
like,
beg to
laughing.
be on our show.
I'm laughing at you honestly trying to transition out of this, but the way you did it sounded so shady. You were like, we have to record something else.
I'm not the nice one. You knew that going into this.
I sure did.
We adore you. I cannot wait until COVID is over in the next 4 to 5 years, and you can come back to Chicago, and we can go sit in a
Agree.
basement again.
Or we'll
Yeah.
go to LA and be your friends.
Oh yeah, we are gonna
Yeah.
go to LA.
You know?
Should we
I would
message
love
Bitter
that.
Betty and see if she's got an extra room?
We should figure out a way to have you come on Sloppy Seconds. We should do a crossover episode. I think
Oh,
that
we
would
would
be
love
really
that.
fun.
Yeah.
And we can all gang up on
Yes.
Meatball. And maybe, Alexis, you could prepare a fun game for us to play.
I promise I will. I promise I will. Well, speaking of fun games, do you want to plug anything before we go?
All the things that I did.
plug
SloppySecondsTickets.com for the Fist Giving Special. That's on November 19th. My EP, the Ham and Cheese EP, is out and available everywhere to stream, and I just released the music video for Back Up Off Me. There's also another video from the EP for a song called Like This. Both of them are very dance heavy and prove that if you are fat, you can still shake that thing. Also, Sister Act 1 and Sister Act 2 are available on Disney Plus. I just watched them, so shout out to Nostalgia. And you can follow me at Big Dipper Jelly on Instagram and Twitter. Why did I plug Whoopi Goldberg in the middle of that? But whatever.
She deserves it.
Well, Kathy Najimy, she needs a call out. Hocus Pocus season is overwhelming for her, so we like to remember she did other things. Well, thank you so much. We cannot wait to. I'm definitely joining that fist giving.
I want to learn.
Oh, I want
to
have
learn.
questions.
I think
I have
that's-
concerns and comments.
That's such a great idea. So it's probably definitely yours. All right. Well, we adore you. Thank you so much. We will see you in a few years.
Yes. Thank you all. I had a
Bye.
great
Bye,
homosexual
thank you.
time.
Good.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
That was fun.
That was fun. Oh, here we go, converting. He's so charming.
So charming.
So charming.
So cute to me.
He is.
Yeah.
So cute.
So cute.
I
You want to fuck him.
I
Yeah.
would.
You want to fuck him.
I would.
I can tell.
I think we all would. I'm just gonna drink my Walmart brand wine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
This
it.
is Walmart brand wine.
Where's there a Walmart?
The Walmart Market in Lakeview in Lincoln Park,
Oh, yeah.
next to the Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
Where is there a Bed Bath & Beyond?
It's like
Have
a
you
bed
ever been to
bath.
Lincoln Park?
It's in with like Marshalls, and it's by I wouldn't call it Lincoln Park. It's on the edge of Boys Town on Broadway before it hits Clark.
like
Nor-
where,
no
near that
hop.
Stan's Donuts.
No, huh? You can't say Boys Town.
No,
Jail.
Jail.
Cancel jail.